Yes, so this is the place where it started. My band, Convincing Clarity, needed a rehearsal space. And here in Stavanger, it's not so much of it, but I managed to find this place here. I colored it red because it's my mother's favorite color. She left us some years ago, but it's more like this, and I feel like she's around me. So that was very soft, but you know it is. My background is metal music and been touring 20 countries approximately, mostly in Europe, but also went to Japan. Started as a drummer, so I have a lot of love for drums. It's much easier to be a vocalist because I don't need to carry so much everything all around, and you get more attention from the ladies by being a vocalist sometimes as well. Yeah, being a manager is it's based on experience from touring myself and like meet up with the industry very close. I don't know everything about how to succeed, but I really do know what not to do. I will say that, both in touring and releases of music and stuff. So with that, I became a manager for new artists, both for Sony artists, independent artists, and just people that is curious about, wants to that starts from the ground zero and how to go with steps towards the goal. As I mentioned, I don't know exactly where to go always, but I try to help them because there's always a backside of the medal. So this is where it started, and it started as a rehearsal room. It became a studio. Me and the band has also we're a little bit nerdy when it comes to recording our own stuff and have more control on the product. Then more rooms in this building became more available. So I was thinking, well, maybe more musicians and artists wants to have something similar. That hey, musicians at this date and this time are gonna present a new concept. Come in if you're interested in rehearsal spaces. And there came some musicians. I said, okay, what do you guys need? How big space you guys need? What is restrictions? Try to find out what musicians want. And then they said, I want this. How much do you want to pay? I want to pay this. Okay, then you sign this, and I will go to the landlord and say that, hey, we want to take this, but we can afford this. And they said, okay. So it went from one rehearsal space, and now it's 43 rehearsal space in this building and another building as well. So here we have, it's a vocal booth in there. It's a tech room in there that controls the record room that we were standing in. Cool thing about this is that we people can come with a computer and just one cable, Thunderbolt cable, plug in, and you're connected to the whole system. So you you don't need to bring so much more stuff rather than your artistic mind, and we have everything set up. So this is something that the whole thing with the Musikalsk Verksted is that I want to have things in-house, and I will show you more about what I meant with in-house. Well, we can move on. This is me screaming. I screams for I love Satan, so just hail Satan all the times. It's not that serious as you think it is, but I love when things are dirty and shitty and stuff. Not the toilets, of course, but I love the music, dirty, gritty, and fuck you music. This I also love EDM. I love all type of sort of music as long as it's 100% pure. So this is a space, for example, how I give the band an empty room, and I tell them just create your vibe, how you want it to be. So for example, the first room we were in, it was like this. So it took me one weekend with the friends to put on some carpets and just paint it, and then they can get into their own vibe. Well, it started as a rehearsal space, but we kind of attracted film people, photo artists, clothes designers, digital designers, and this is kind of the synergy effect of the whole thing, because the musicians need to have easy access for the social media, and the synergy when they have a photo studio here, it's much easier to kind of get the 360 package that we're looking for. And it's also about this that they are like, the age gap here is from 16 to 70 years old. Some are pro musicians, some are just want to learn, and it's all about meeting like-minded people. And it's also nice to, like, when you have made a piece, then like you can ask people around what you think about it. And it's like all the musicians here are approximately 150 tenants now. They kind of cheer on each other, you know, because we all know that we all are kind of media ambassadors when we're going touring and showing our stuff. And this is how it's built up as well, because when someone is asking to rent here with a band or something, I always ask around people that is already in the community about what you think about this guy, is that cool guy, you know, etc. And they're like kind of, yeah, that's cool guy, and then we bring them in. So here you see a bigger picture of the different type of how they've set their vibes on the rooms. So everything was office spaces. Nothing is acoustic treated, but people just acoustic treated themselves to their own liking, because we all are super professional here, of course. So the future plans is to get a 300 square meters pre-production place that is at least 15 meters wide and 8 meters depth, with full PA system and backlight. So the musicians, when they are performing, if we're thinking choreography, they understand where to, how to own the stage. I remember when I did a festival called Norway Rock, and I always practiced on this 5 meters wide. But the thing here is that suddenly I came to a stage that was 15 meters wide, and then like I had a little bit problems in the start to kind of find out where to stand, and I mean, like the guitarist, like the bassist didn't know because it was so huge, right? And I think that if we manage to get a place, well, we will get at a place like that, it will make the artist just more confident about the whole thing there. But with the pre-production stage that we can make the artist closer to the actual, just like boxing and doing sparring, right? If they doesn't spar with a human, just punching a bag, the bag doesn't punch back. I remember I was doing a little bit film myself, and I always wanted a big space, you know, where you could just move around everything. You can make a music video, you can make a documentary, you could just kind of have a big space that you could just do a lot of stuff with. And I believe that this pre-production place will be a multi-purpose place for both film and music and photo, and maybe even concerts, mini concerts, release concerts of albums or singles, or just a big playroom for like-minded people. Yeah, I can show you guys in the production. Thank you. Arigato! I took over this place 1st of February. There are 17 more rooms, and like that area there is like the live wing of the house, and this is more like the production side of the house, where we don't have any type of acoustic drums here, but we have guitars and amps, etc. And when it comes to production, so you can see, because we have a lot of live instruments, and then we have yeah. So they are just sitting on the computer and doing just production. We have film producer, musician here, and clothing designer. My office, a funny thing is that I have moved my office 7 times now, because it's like when people comes in, oh, I want that room, okay, you take it. You know, then I just move to another one. Photo studio, like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I was not thinking about having any type of studio. This production wing was kind of asking for having a common space where they could like do a lot of stupid stuff. And then we take one room and then you can have fun. So for the people that is here, they use it for free and just how they want it. Someone is doing business in it and someone is just doing for their pleasure of just having fun. I think those people that are doing it for business is also doing it for fun and pleasure. I hope so, at least. So it's nothing fancy schmancy, but I mean, like, it works. Yeah, there's someone is fixing up stuff. Here you have a new guy that is coming in, and the stuff that he's using is like in the collective. We also have we share all the
communal supplies.
Yes.
Communal supplies.
Yeah. And then this is So yeah, that's the thing. We should go down in first floor. So now we were in second floor and we're going down to the first floor. So we have, this is a little bit funny because, you know, I showed you bands and then I showed you producers, and now kind of we got in the house, they move in today. It's people that do Stavanger brass and symphonic orchestra and stuff like that. So it's a totally different type. Hi. It's a different side. So like more school educated, and then me that is just not. But they are like kind of. I see the synergy effects coming around here because, for example, for me that is in a metal band, the backtrack that I have is always about this, make it big, majestic, you know, like Lord of the Rings. And here we have people that is actually doing stuff like that. And instead of me like doing this on the door, then maybe I could ask them nicely about what do you think about this? And of course they will have stuff to say, and they will say it with good intention, because we are sharing each other here in the community. So these are having this ensemble room, it's called. That was Birgitte that told me that, do you have ensemble room? I didn't know what that was, because that's very professional. And yeah, so now they're gonna use this common space. The thing is more like that, it's really important that people doesn't feel that they kind of are disturbing anyone in this setting, that they can come and go as they want 24/7, that they have, when it comes to the economic, it's like there is just, this is the price, no matter how much electricity you use, internet is included, you know, just to have something that is like a safety, or yeah, so it's important. But I feel like it's becoming more and more also about feeling included into something. I'm not drinking as much as I used to in the city, because now I have this space here where you can kind of meet up, and it's not every time you kind of go here to be very productive. Sometimes you just need to get out, away from the wife or kids or whatever, not in a bad way, but we all need to have a place where we can kind of charge our batteries, and that people is not expecting you to do this. Yeah. I really believe that this concept is something that could really be good for other cities around, not only Norway, but I believe also Scandinavia or Europe for that sake. So I'm talking and trying to figure out, etc., on how to make this stuff happen. One thing I noticed is that when I came to Stavanger in the start, you know, musicians are like really secret. I don't want to share anything with you, musician man. Since we all now are under the same roof, in the same community, it's not so much shit talking anymore, and trying to help each other rather. And we see the synergies that someone wants to have this type of they need a bassist or they need a guitarist for new projects they're coming up with. You can just stick their head outside and say, hey, anyone wants to do and blah blah blah. And you know, there are many projects that came to surface because of not only Facebook, asking on Facebook, but actually meeting people and have a jam together. So if you found this tour interesting and want to know more about Musikalsk Verksted, then go to musikalskverksted.com and just hit me up on the is it a sub or something stuff there. We can have a coffee. I can show you guys around how the vibe is. Of course, I can say very quickly is that this house and the other building is kind of is in a constant evolution. So even though it's called Musikalsk Verksted, it just attracts a lot of free-spirited artistic minds. So if you are something like that, come in. Cool?